I think New Yorkers, a certain class of New Yorkers have these two classifications of birds, the small brown ones and the big gray ones, what you and I call sparrows and pigeons. And then they're blown away to recognize the fact that there are these huge green birds, very large scale green birds, flying around in large flocks here.
Smaller than a pigeon, larger than a sparrow, but bright emerald green, fluorescent. When the sun hits them, they almost glow.
The monk parakeets that live here are of the group Myopsida monachus. Here at Brooklyn College, we actually have a population of these parrots that are living on campus, and then there are a number that are in the vicinity.
We do the safaris here at Brooklyn College because it's sort of one of the core colonies and one of the earliest colonies. It's why I sometimes say it's the parrots' Ellis Island. It's where they first really got notice. Reports indicate that something happened at Kennedy Airport in 1967 or 1968. There was some kind of release, either accidental or intentional.
I think that the population that we have here are in fact a group of animals that are escapees, the descendants of escapees from the pet trade. When North America was colonized, the East Coast here had an indigenous species of parakeet called the Carolina parakeet that was hunted to extinction. And so the idea that's been floated for these animals is that they actually had a niche pre-prepared for them here.
They were brought here to this country not because they wanted to fly to America, but because they were captured by people, put into cages, put on an aircraft. Their destiny was to be in cages, but they busted out.
They actually spread from Argentina up into Uruguay, Paraguay, and a little bit into southern Brazil. They tend to avoid the tropical rainforest areas of Brazil. They tend to be a more temperate species. And that's one reason why they're well adapted to be able to live in New York, because they aren't actually a tropical species despite their green color. Technically, this climate should not be particularly good for them, but we find in modeling studies we've done that they do well inside of urban environments as though there's some kind of an additional buffer. So if you go a little bit outside of the city, you find that they don't do so well. But if you're going from urban area to urban areas, you find that these animals tend to reside there and be able to take advantage of their resilience.
They fit in to the point where you really don't need to comment on them. They're part of the natural landscape. So this is one of the happiest places for them right here in this undisclosed part of Brooklyn.
One of the most amazing things about these parrots is that they construct these enormous communal nests. Typically, parrot nests or bird nests are nests which are a mama bird and a papa bird making a bowl-shaped structure for just a few weeks. These are maintained over many years, and they're like condominium buildings where you have many chambers coming in, and throughout the year, rather than just for a few weeks, these animals add sticks and maintain and manipulate them.
They're always building. They're almost obsessive about making things perfect.
The nests can be thought of as information centers, either unconsciously or consciously. And remember, these are vocal species that do a good deal of vocal communication. They have this sort of recruitment process where all the birds come out of their individual nests, they'll gather on a roosting tree, they'll make a heck of a lot of noise, and they will then make a decision about which direction they're going to go off and forage to get their breakfast. The parrots go out into the wider city, they gather information, and then they come back together and they share that information with one another about food sources, about opportunities for resources, and so forth. This collective behavior is a very interesting topic, and I see the social structure of these animals as a key to that they're able to find one another, to assemble large enough groups and cooperate in food gathering that makes them a successful species. I think part of what happened over the course of our research is we got a greater appreciation and depth of understanding of the social complexity of these animals. So certainly they have influenced us in a number of ways in our thinking about them.
Nature's here. We're part of it. Look outside your window. Maybe unplug your headphones from time to time, or take your eyes off your cell phone. Listen, because we're part of this mystery. And I think the birds sort of bring that out, because it's surreal that they're here. They really don't belong here. But then again, None of us really do.
I'm looking for the key sort of a phrase to say, like humans can learn that we can all get along. But I think the thing is that we can all get along even in the face of different environments, changing environments, and ones that really maybe stress our capacity. We still maintain our humanity, and hopefully these parrots still maintain their parrotity.